Hello again, everyone. Well, we're back in Hearthstone, and we completed the draft of our warrior deck. So, interesting deck. Again, I think I'm probably going to end up going 3-3 or 4-3 in terms of win-loss. But we'll see how it goes, and now that the deck is all drafted and set up, let's go ahead and hop in. So, let's see. I mean, the deck is okay from the standpoint of what I've drafted. There's a decent amount of draw, which is going to help me since I'm running fairly low casting. So it's going to help me play out multiple cards per turn. I've got a decent amount of board control, so that's going to help as well. But I'm really running low on endgame, so I don't really have much endgame threat. But again, I don't really have much rush either. So I'm going to run a situation where I don't really have any high-powered cards that are going to be able to finish off the duel very well. I've got a couple that could build up to that, but I'm gonna need a lot of time to do that. So the priest deck is gonna potentially cause some issues, but we'll see what happens here. It's a decent opening hand. We got the Mighty Berserker, I've got the Slam. I think I'm gonna keep some Novice Engineer, and that's gonna be my turn 2 play, so I can draw an extra card. This is a good enough opening hand that I think I'll keep this one. Nothing really that I need to cycle. I've got 3 draws. I'm gonna have the coin for extra mana production if I need it. And I've got the Defender of Argus, so that's gonna help a little bit there too. So we'll see how things go.
Mind if I roll need?
Loot Hoarder. Yeah, so I've got that card as well too. I don't really have to respond to that right away, so I think I'm just gonna go with the nonsense here. Draw an extra card. Things going. I could play the Argent Squire here. I would like to get the Armorsmith out as well, but I'd like to get the Armorsmith out early and be able to keep it on the board. This generates free armor for myself.
May my ancestors watch over.
Things are gonna get a little bit tricky here. Okay, so I can slam this, knock it out with the Novice Engineer. Let's see here. Do I want to play the coin and go Armorsmith before that, or do I want to go the Argent Squire? I think I'm going to start with that so I can start building up some more armor. I'm worried about playing it out too early, but should be okay.
Armor made to fit.
So that'll be the move. I'm go ahead and slam this guy. That'll give me an extra armor, draw an extra card. That's going to help.
Oh, if you're sure.
Oh, friendly minion takes damage. Never mind. For some reason I read that as whenever a minion, any minion takes damage, but that'll be okay. So that'll be fine. I've got the Defender of Argus I can play next turn, but I don't really want to do that yet. Even though I could buff the Armorsmith up a little bit and make sure to keep it on the board. Didn't play a card that turn, that's interesting. Alright, well, I've got the Enrage and I've got the Mighty Berserker, so that's a good combo at the start. So I think I'm just going to use that as my format this turn. Pop the armor, pop the Mighty Berserker, get it in a rage. Go ahead and pop this thing off. And that'll give me 4 armor. So I'm going to have a lot of armor in this deck, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I've got a 7-2 Mighty Berserker right now, so that's going to help out a little bit. I've got the ability to play a Booty Bay Bodyguard this turn. Okay, the Holy Nova kind of screws up a little bit what I want to do, but it's not going to be too big a deal. So I can play out the Booty Bay Berserker, but it doesn't really have anything that's going to prevent me from doing much at this point. So I think I should just stack up armor and try and draw here. It's an 11 armor. It's not too bad. Again, that's one thing this deck is going to provide me a lot of is the armor. It's just I don't have the endgame it's going to provide. I've got a good amount of delay for it, but it's not really helping that much. Ooh, but this Knife Juggle is going to help. Knife Juggle is going to help a lot.
Put this apple on your head.
The light.
Go ahead and play. Hopefully I can move this guy down twice with a Harvest Ball. If not, I can always go Enrage. I think I'm gonna go Enrage on this guy. does traditional board control, so I don't have to worry about the Knife Juggler being taken out right away. I think my next move is most likely going to be the Booty Radar Guard and throwing additional armor on. Interesting you would silence the Harvest Golem. Unless he's going to take out the Knife Juggler, that's not actually the better move there. That's not really the greatest move, to be honest. Taking out the silencing that over the Knife Juggler. To this point, I'm probably going to go with the Defender Vargas and the taunt. And it's going to give me 3 taunts on the field. So that's going to be incredibly helpful. From the standpoint of now I can just take out this. I've got additional board control. I've got the Iron Fist for additional damage. And right now I've got a lot of control on the board. So unless he wipes with like another Holy Nova or starts or has a polymorph or anything like that, I'm good to go at this point. Again, next move might be the Frost Elemental. It depends on what he plays, if I'm gonna need to freeze it or not. But right now I'm looking pretty okay. He's got 7 cards in his hand, so he's potentially got a lot that can deal with my hand. With what I've got on the field, but it's looking pretty good for right now, to be honest. I'm not quite sure what he could have or what he's holding on to. I don't have any additional board control in my hand, which is worrying me a little bit. But it does look okay for now. Because he doesn't really have much. Okay, so I've got the Iron Beak Owl. I could play that. I could play the Frost Elemental. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Frost Elemental and freeze this. Go ahead and freeze that. Give myself a little bit more armor. I'm sitting on 11 right now. I would hope to the Knife Juggler to take out the Voodoo Doctor. That's okay. I can still go like that and take it out. And just finish this out over here. So I've got, how much damage do I have on the board right now? 3, 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18. I have 18 damage on the field right now, so that's going to help. Okay. Interesting playing the white weapon. That's not really going to help much. Let's see here. Actually, I think I'm just going to silence it because then it's useless to him. I could use my 9 mana, so play another taunt. Get behind me. Silence out the light wall. Let's see, how much damage do I have to him right now? Do I want to take out the damage golem? Let's go ahead and take out the damage golem. Alright. I'm not going to be able to kill him instantly here, or take him out to, the only thing I would get is initial 3 damage, so I'd take it down to 8. But that's not really going to be too much. I've got a full board here, with 7. So I maxed out on creatures. There's a whole nother. I was expecting that to come a little bit. There's the board control coming out. I'm still doing okay. I need to start drawing my getting some draw cards here, getting some more utility out on the field. So let's go ahead and play the Fiery War Axe. Well, they got plenty of armor, so I can use that Fiery War Axe now to clear out his field. I'm not worried about the light wall at all, because I don't have the Knife Juggler anymore, so that's not going to block any of what I'm doing. If I draw another one, then obviously, if I draw my other Knife Juggler, then obviously it can potentially block damage. I've got 7 damage on the field, plus another 3 from my weapon. So I've actually got 10 damage right now. So if he heals himself, and it's really dependent on what the Ragnaros hits. If the Ragnaros hits me, which it did, so that's actually game.
Well played.
So that's game. I've just enough to hit, just enough to kill him. So that actually worked quite a bit better than I thought it was going to. I mean, that priest deck was not necessarily as strong as I've seen from modern decks, but hey, I'll take it. So there we go. There's the first victory. Already 1-0, so that's a good decent start. The deck's actually looking like it's going to work a little bit better than I originally thought, so that's a good sign. But anyways, that's the first win. I'll go ahead and see you next time for the next game.